difficult times.
So I'm very glad that when we had a showdown with these people in Mogadishu, other people came up, even the people of Somalia themselves came up. Today, when we were seeing these young people, you could see they are coming up. Some of them have come from London, some have come from Nairobi to join. They are here to defend their country. Now, what they are being taught here is a tactical level. You can deal with the enemy. You have all the medicine for him. The only medicine they didn't bring to me was the mortar. That one was not there. But the others were there, the SMG, the machine gun, the RPG. I'm sure when you are doing the exercise, they also show you the mortar, in case he's hiding behind an obstacle. There are answers for those people, for the terrorists, at the tactical level. The problem of security in Africa has really been at the ideological and strategic level. When you hear there are problems in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in all those places, it is because our people, even in Uganda, we have the same problem. They did not get the concept of the people's army. They talk about it, but when it comes to practice, they don't get it.
President Yoweri Museveni ending that report there. Meanwhile, President Yoweri Museveni has urged the people of Somalia to consider building a people's national army with correct ideology of defending their country in order for peace to prevail. This was during a meeting with the visiting President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who paid a courtesy call on President Museveni at State House Entebbe before returning to Somalia. Take a watch.
According to President Museveni, like the Uganda People's Defense Forces, an army should be built on voluntarism to protect the state. He added that this will enable Somalia, which is 3 times bigger than Uganda, to recruit enough manpower to defend and liberate the country. The visiting President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, who finished his tour of duty in Uganda on Monday, informed General Museveni that because of the peace ushered in by the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, Somalia has been able to recruit a good number of community defense forces who are now able to defend their area under the direct supervision of the Somali National Army. His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and his Ugandan counterpart also discussed issues of mutual concern, including an upcoming conference of troop-contributing countries in Kampala, focusing on Somalia's fight against international terrorism. President Museveni thanked the visiting president for coming to Uganda and later bid him farewell back home.
Now, police has called upon the public to seek clarity over the court judgment against the Public Order Management Act before falling a victim to unauthorized gatherings. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga told the media that Section 5 of the Act prohibits any gathering without seeking police permission. We have more in this story.
The Constitutional Court quashed Section 5A and Section 10 of the Public Order Management Act of 2013 because they contravene other articles in the Constitution. Police calls upon the public to seek clarity before falling victims of unlawful assemblies.
Individuals and political groups should know that although it's a fundamental right to peacefully assemble, they also have a duty to inform the police as per the requirements of Section 5 about the date, time, details of the organizers, the location and consent of the venue owner, number of persons expected, purpose, and any other basic information.
The court judgment created clear boundaries on how security will enforce the act.
But again, it doesn't also mean that the police doesn't have powers to police or regulate unlawful assemblies. The law provides for the regulation of unlawful assemblies under the Penal Code Act, and for that matter, under Section 65, it still provides for what an unlawful assembly is, and therefore we still have powers in place to disperse any unlawful assemblies and riots.
Meanwhile, in Jinja, police arrested 6 peer educators over suspected recruits of young boys into homosexuality.
The six suspects who were arrested from Mpomo Dezon in Jinja, we have Kalunji Fabian, 23-year-old, a peer educator. All these had traveled to Jinja to go and get involved in that criminal sexual network of recruiting and grooming young children. So we searched some of their homes. We got about 192 sackets of lubricants, shirts and flags with LGBTQ logos, metallic banners, and so.
In Kamwenge district, police arrested one, Junior Jackson, for sodomizing 8 pupils.
For the aggravated defilement and sodomy of 8 male pupils of Mirembe Primary School who are aged between 7 and 15 years. The suspect, who has a garden of guavas, would lure the victims to his home using guavas, and would thereafter cause them to enter into the house and then sexually molest them.
Security appeals to parents and guardians to be conscious about free scholarship recruitment in communities due to the increasing unscrupulous people recruiting juveniles into illegal practices. Abdul Nasir Lubwama and Komagum Rogers for UBC.
Now, Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova, has halted any access and business on the contested land in Kansanga, Kabalagala and Kibiri as her office investigates the matter. She was intervening in land disputes following reports of unrest arising from uncertainty in ownership.
Following reports of violence arising from land disputes in Kansanga and Kabalagala, Muyenga, Kampala, Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova, has intervened in the matter. Upon arriving in the area, Mr. Nabakova was briefed. Mr. Nabakova thereafter advised all parties to stay away from the disputed land as she engages State House and Corruption Unit and other bodies.
I have instructed all activities to cease activities that were taking place on this land because it is highly contested. Let activities cease and let State House and Corruption and Police Land Protection investigate this matter.
According to the minister, it is after conclusive investigations that a final decision would be taken.
Because we need to know the titles, how they were got, if there was fraud, then we need to look at the issue of illegal eviction, what was the status before now clearing this area, and maybe probably we shall look at the documents from both sides, the Mutabingwa and then these other members of the family.
Minister Nabakova directed police to take over the premises, making private players vacate.
We are a government. There is government which is in control, and we have agencies of government that are mandated to protect lives and property. Why should we have the chiefesses around? And those people who hire chiefesses, smart chiefesses, they should stop. Because for us, we are going to arrest whoever is found on a piece of land, like acting like a chiefess, simanya panga, having sticks, no.
From here, the minister also rushed to Chibiri in Kasangati, Wakiso district, to resolve a land dispute between the church, school and locals.
Mama wange yembeera gye tulimu singa abantu bano bahonalinga endagaano ne bava wali ne badda wano kati wano batundawo.
The matter has also been pending for years amidst chaos.
This matter was reported to then Kasangati RDC in Babazi 2019, and as of now, the matter is under investigation by the Land Task Force of the President, headed by Brigadier Chamusi.
Waitawo emyezi 3 mama twalaba omusumba yaliwo Reverend Vega gwe nasikira yalaba machines na majambia na migo ne basaawo ekintu okuva emmanga y'olusuku olwali emmanga olutandise okussa mpaka eno yonna waggulu.
Minister further condemned hooliganism and guided the community.
Bagambye ababbe ettaka bali mu gavumenti batya banya muboogere n'ebifo bibalina mu gavumenti muboogere n'ebifo bibalina omanyi n'abo opposition bayinza okukozesa ebigambo ebyo okwonoona gavumenti kubanga bwe badda aba opposition mulaba tulwanirira ababbe ettaka ba gavumenti name them wano wa gavumenti ki akola mu office ki abbe ettaka.
In the wake of such instance, the Lands Minister Judith Nabakova reminds all resident district commissioners about the President's directive, which vested powers into their hands to handle land matters. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, Forum for Democratic Change FDC party does not approve of the notice that went in the media where the Deputy Governor Bank of Uganda, Michael Atingego, announced that Ugandan currency notes will start bearing his signature. During the weekly media briefing at FDC party headquarters at Najanankombi, the party deputy spokesperson John Chikonyogo said that this will contravene the constitution that states that the authority of Bank of Uganda comes from the board of directors who are headed by the governor. The party is concerned that 1 year after the demise of the bank governor, the president has not yet appointed a governor of the central bank, which is affecting the bank's operations. Take a watch.
As FDC we believe this is unconstitutional because the legal tender of the country must be signed by the substantive governor, not acting governor. Look at Article 151 of the Constitution, clauses 2, 3, 4 and 5. It is clearly stipulated that the authority of Bank of Uganda shall be vested in a board consisting of governor, deputy governor, and not more than 5 members. And it is clearly stated in there that the board shall be incomplete where the governor is in absentia. As they are not agreeing on a number of issues. And when they don't agree, you know what it means to our economy. These people are the custodian of our monies. They are in charge of our fiscal policy. They control the banks. They control the interest rates. So if there's any problem there, automatically it will trickle down to us. So as FDC, we need a quick explanation on why you don't have a governor today. Secondly, why does the deputy governor arrogate himself powers to sign on our legal tender
Now, it's been 1 year since the former Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, died. Now, friends and relatives say the memories of how Oulanyah was an intelligent and hard-working man who loved humanity are still fresh in their minds. Now, this was during prayers held in his memory at All Saints Cathedral here in Kampala.
Relatives and friends of the former Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, have held prayers at All Saints Cathedral in Kampala. Prayers were led by the Assistant Bishop of Kampala Diocese, Right Reverend Hannington Mutebi.
We know that he loved the Lord and he died in the Lord. And even during his service, I think Canon Christine will be the witness to this. When he became the Speaker of Parliament, then he surrendered his vehicle to traverse this nation with intercessors. And then he gave a driver, and then we'll always fill that vehicle so that intercessors could be able to traverse this nation to pray from different points that God will save and redeem this country. So that is the nature of our brother. That's the life he lived.
The Chief Justice Alphonse Owinidolo, who was Oulanyah's closest friend, says the memories of how intelligent, hardworking and love for humanity are still fresh. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa hailed Oulanyah for training him.
As a government chief whip, and my sister, Right Honourable Ntamong, as a deputy speaker, the rate at which he was training us, the rate at which he was showing us the way, maybe he knew something, or God was showing him that you are a teacher, these are students, please ensure they run quickly. Because I remember, I think it was, Louis, I think it was around 21st December or 22nd when he called me home after session, and he took me through a lot of things, because he was saying, as a chief whip, you have a very critical role to play for my success and the success of the institution.
The family members commended Parliament for the support after the death of their father.
He very much tried to fight the corruption. So he was anti-corruption. He was a lobbyist and an advocate. It is unfair to stop there. Jacob was a true believer in God.
Oulanyah died in 2022, shortly after becoming a Speaker of Parliament in 2021. He was the Member of Parliament for Omoro County in Omoro District. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
Thanks, Philip Aguta, for that story there. Now, of course, today marks a year when the death of the late Speaker of the 11th Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, was announced. Now, tonight, UBC profiles his legacy, starting from his childhood, education, all through his career till his death.
Jacob Lokori Oulanyah, born on the 23rd of March 1965, was a Ugandan agricultural economist, lawyer and politician who served as the Speaker of the 11th Parliament of Uganda since 2021 until 2022. He was elected Speaker on the 24th of May 2021 after defeating the incumbent Speaker Rebecca Kadaga. He had served as the Deputy Speaker of the 10th Ugandan Parliament starting May 2011 till May 2021. Olanya was also legislator for Omoro County, Omoro District, Acholi Sub-Region. Olanya was born in the then Gulu district to Nathan Lokori and Karen Atwon. He attended St. Joseph's College, Lahibi, Dr. Obote College, Boroboro, and Kololo Senior Secondary School for his O-level and A-level education. In 1988, he joined Makerere University, the oldest university in the East African community, where he studied agricultural economics and graduated in 1991 with a Bachelor of Arts. The same year, he entered law school also at Makerere University, graduating in 1994 with a Bachelor of Laws degree. He served as the Speaker of the University Students' Guild at Makerere University. In 1995, he attended the Law Development Center, LDC, where he obtained a postgraduate diploma in legal practice. After LDC, Olanya worked as a lecturer at the center. He later began private law practice at Olanya, Honoria, and Company Advocates. In 2001, he joined mainstream politics after contesting for the Omoro County parliamentary seat in the then Gulu district under the no-party system, also known as the Movement Political System. He was, however, a card holder of the Uganda People's Congress, UPC. He also participated in the peace talks between the government of Uganda and the Lord's Resistance Army rebels. In 2006, standing as a UPC candidate, he lost his re-election bid. It is then when he quit the UPC and joined the ruling National Resistance Movement, NRM. In 2008, he served as the chairman of the Commission of Inquiry into the controversial sub-lease of Chiseka Market, one of the municipal markets in the city of Kampala. In March 2011, Olanya was elected to represent Omoro County, then in Gulu District, in the 9th Parliament, this time on the NRM ticket. He was then elected as the Deputy Speaker of Parliament on 19th May 2011. Following the February 2016 general election, Olanya was re-elected as the Deputy Speaker of Parliament on 19th May 2016. In the vote, conducted by secret ballot, he received 300 votes, while Mohamed Nsereko received 115. On 13th July 2019, Olanya was awarded an honorary doctorate of divinity by Zoe Life Theological College, USA, and acquired the title Doctor, enabling him to be called Right Honorable Dr. Jacob Olanya. In August 2020, he joined the Central Executive Committee as Vice Chairperson for Northern Uganda. On 24th May 2021, Jacob Olanya was voted Speaker of Parliament in a race against his former boss, the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, and the Chira Municipality MP Ibrahim Semunju. Jacob obtained 310 votes against Kadaga's 197 and Semuju's 15. Olanya was the National Speaker of Parliament sitting on the following parliamentary committees. Olanya was the National Speaker of Parliament sitting on the Appointments Committee, which reviews all cabinet appointments by the President and may approve or reject an appointment. The Deputy Speaker is the Vice Chairperson of that committee. Shortly after his election as Speaker, Olanya fell sick and went to the United Kingdom for over a month. Subsequently, most of Olanya's duties were handled by the Deputy Speaker, Anita Among. He last presided over Parliament on 21st December 2021. On 4th February 2022, he was flown via Iceland to Seattle in the United States for treatment. Olanya's death was announced on the 20th of March 2022. His death was announced by the Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni on his Twitter account.
And may the soul of the late Jacob Olanya continue to rest in eternal bliss. And with that, we'll take our first break and we'll return with much more. Do stay with us.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Buy Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go is for you only. Mundava, best movies I teach you. When I go to which the squad, because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? Is yes you? what? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refuse to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru,
okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Mbara and Jinja.
This isn't just a girl. She is the future. This is a teacher, a doctor, a community leader, our future president.
Their support meant so much to me, and as a teenage girl, I stayed focused and was protected from child marriage and teenage pregnancy. I will support other girls against child marriage and teenage pregnancy.
Take action. Report any case of defilement or child marriage to the police or call Sauti 116.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Tecno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Haha! Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Tecno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Tecno. Stop at nothing.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the World Bank will host a public launch and dissemination of the Public Investment Financing Strategy, PIFS, on Tuesday, 21st of March 2023 at Sheraton Hotel, Kampala. The guest of honor will be the Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija. The PIFS aims to establish robust and sustainable financing mechanisms for the achievement of the Third National Development Plan by involving alignment of financing options to suitable government programs, minimizing the cost and risk exposure of financing modalities, and leveraging additional financing from traditional and other innovative sources to meet the increasing development requirements. It also provides a framework for partnerships with the private sector in implementation and financing of the public investment programs. The launch will provide a platform for stakeholders including high-level government officials, development partners, civil society, and the private sector to engage and discuss how to successfully implement the PIFS and achieve its objectives. The event will be a hybrid with an in-person attendance by invitation. All other participants are invited via Zoom and live on NBS television. For more information and to confirm your participation, please contact the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development on
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back from that break, and this is our first edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to those of you just joining us. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakoni, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Moving on now, residents of Katogo Zone in Boise Division are living in fear following the heavy rains that caused flooding in their area. The residents say the problem is caused by the narrowness of the water channel at Nakamiro Lubiji. We have more in this story.
The recent heavy rains have left many people, especially those living in Iwaise, struggling. Some residents say due to floods, they have sleepless nights. Chomuhendo Allen, a resident of the village, says they have not been at peace since the rains started.
Abakesisi bamalira ddala ebbanga ddene nnyo nga tebaze kutugogola. Abatuuze nabo enkuba bw'etonnya bafukumula kasasiro ne bayiwa mu mwala kw'otadde n'obubi.
Ettaka liri kitintale baaligula biliyoni 2.5 ku ssente zaali z'abavubuka edda naye terina kye likola. Bandibadde batugulire bandisoose bana balongoosa.
Residents say the relevant authorities have not helped.
Gabantu olw'ekyo emirimu gyaffe gifa gigotaana tetuyina mbeera gye tusobola kubanga enkuba ebadde etonye tusobola okugamba tusobola okugulira omwana amata oba omugulira sukaali era tubeeramu mu nnyumba zaffe. Ekyokulabirako ebitanda biibino emifaliso ebitabo by'abaana tetukyalinamu wadde n'ekimu era mu byaba biibino ebigakabada zonna zaafa akawunga ke tuba tuguze konna tufiirwa bintu bya bukadde n'obukadde.
David Ruzindana, the area chairperson, said KCC has not paid attention to cleaning the sewers and collecting garbage in the area, which is the root cause of the challenge. Emmanuel Selunjoji, mayor of Kawempe Division, blamed the problem on residents dumping garbage in the drainage channels.
Tusaba abantu balekerawo okuteeka ebisaaniiko mu myala. Ettaka erimu era balireeta abantu abamu ne bajja ettaka gye balize nayo ne baliyiwa mu mwala. Ekyo kintu kyalina ekikyali kizibu. Bannaffe ab'okusitehola baagaba emirimu be balina okubuuzibwa ebibuuzo ebisinga obungi kuba baabaleeta buleesi naye ng'ate twali twawandiika dde amabaluwa ne tubakakasa nti nno bakozese ni abaaweebwa emirimu tebasobola. Bulire bagalina, amabaluwa bagalina, information bagirina naye tetulina buyinza kubaggyako.
Boise drainage water channel was renovated last year to address floods in Boise and the surrounding areas, but floods are still a problem. Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
Thanks, Deborah, for that story there. Research by the Uganda Dental Association shows that the ratio of dentists to people is 1 to 146,000, way above the 1 to 7,500 recommended by the World Health Organization. Now, this means that persons seeking oral health treatment remain unattended to. Unilever Uganda has now launched a new global campaign dubbed Now Everyone Can Talk to a Dentist to mark the World Oral Health Day 2023.
The term Oral Day refers to a time to access dental health services. The campaign encourages persons to improve oral health with a free dental consultation. The theme for this year's World Oral Health Day is Be Proud of Your Mouth. Since 2005, Unilever Uganda has partnered with the FDI World Dental Federation to promote oral health. It is a commitment to help people access dentists in Uganda.
And we have chosen to partner with Mengo Hospital because of scope and the volume of people that come to visit this space. So we've noticed that about 1,600 people, 1,800 people come for dental related problems in Mengo Hospital. And so today we have come with our brand, Pepsodent, which is a fluoride-based toothpaste that helps support dental health.
Unilever is providing free dental checkups at several clinics and dental camp outreaches in schools to mark World Oral Health Day. Unilever has organized free dental checkups at different places.
We are also offering free dental information in schools so that we teach children how to brush properly, because most of these diseases happen because they cannot be prevented and they don't know how to use the toothpaste. So that is what we are doing today to mark the World Oral Health Day.
My impression when I first came to Uganda many years ago is that the children had fewer dental problems than they do now. And I think one of the reasons for that may be the diet. It probably is the diet.
The purpose is to create awareness about the importance of dental checkups through the Now Everyone Can Talk to a Dentist campaign. Children from St. Maria Mulumba Primary School, Mutundwe, received free Pepsodent and oral hygiene lessons at the Mengo Hospital event.
Uganda, because of the young population, someone told me 75% are 35 years and younger. The biggest problem for younger people is holes in the teeth, dental caries. As we get older, people get problems with the gum, and a few young people. But the teeth, there are other things. Sometimes the teeth may not be in line. People get accidents, but the most common one is holes or cavities in the teeth. And yeah, that's the main thing. And those things can be prevented.
This World Oral Health Day. Take the first step to improve your oral health with a free dental checkup now. Sandra Kahonde, Kenneth Tanaba, UBC News.
Food insecurity remains a problem among the refugee community in Uganda ever since World Food Programme introduced food ration cut 3 years ago. The manager, East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer Project, Joshua Mangusha, says they are training families at Rhino Camp and Mvepi refugee settlements to improve nutrition through vegetable growing to reduce acute hunger and malnutrition.
Program food rationing among refugee communities has resulted into food insecurity and increased malnutrition in the region. The vulnerable are women, children and the elderly, making them more susceptible to disease. East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer Project is implementing a one-year improving food security, incomes and reducing chronic malnutrition project.
We are trying to introduce to the refugees vegetable production through home gardens as a viable option for them to improve on their nutrition, but also to get some little money to survive, because we know that the World Food Programme is moving away from the distribution of food to cash.
East-West Seed Knowledge Transfer Foundation Uganda is training farmers and refugee communities to enhance availability and consumption of nutritious vegetables, increase food security, household incomes and reduce malnutrition in the project area.
We are currently working with just 5,000 refugees in West Nile, and West Nile has over 10,000 refugees. So our work is just a drop of water in the ocean.
The project will train 5,000 host community farmers on vegetable production as a business using the demonstration approach and establish home gardens in 1,200 refugee households.
People are malnourished, children are malnourished because we don't have any skills of feeding our kids. So today we are being taught, we are given enough things that a balanced diet we can just make our children to survive in a good life.
So I'm advising my fellow farmers to pick interest in vegetable growing, especially women of the nation or in Uganda. It is a good project for we women.
Terego District Chairman Wilfred Saka tipped residents at a vegetable training center in Omugo sub-county to utilize East-West Knowledge Transfer Project in building capacity and improving livelihoods.
I am gladly associated with this company and also the project because you are able to see farmers reaping big. Some of the products that have been sold here, especially the watermelon, one watermelon going at 10,000 shillings.
To boost all year-round vegetable production, the project beneficiaries got irrigation equipment.
The West Nile region has 6 main refugee settlements, and creating opportunities for income development on competitiveness in agricultural input markets will change lives of refugees. I'm Navka Farida and Setumba Douglas.
Glow as you are with the new Spark 10 series smartphone from Airtel in partnership with Techno. Own the timelines with picture-perfect selfies using the 32-megapixel selfie camera, 256 GB storage, G88 gaming processor, and a strong battery to last the whole day. Towakana.
The Spark 10 smartphone comes with free 3 GB from Airtel and 100% bonus on weekly and monthly bundles every month for 3 months, so you can stay connected to a world of possibilities. Dial *100*5# to enjoy free data. The new Spark 10 is available in all selected Techno shops countrywide. Airtel, the smartphone network in partnership with Techno. Stop at nothing.
At Timex Nutrition Center, we advise you on the right foods to eat, exercise profile to adopt, and lifestyle strategies which are compatible to your blood group and genotype. This empowers your body to prevent and treat many diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, and many others. For more information, find us at our head office in Kampala on Nassa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor, or call 0758 819 952 or 0778 288 361. We also have other branches in Bara and Jinja.
Talk with freedom. Get MTN Freedom voice bundles that don't expire. Dial *100*21# or my MTN app for more bundles. Together, we're unstoppable.
Welcome back. Let's have a look now at the latest in business. The State House Emyuga Monitoring Unit has arrested SACCO leaders in Budaka and Chibuku districts in Rukidi sub-region over misuse of Emyuga funds. The unit, led by the National Coordinator of Emyuga, Rita Namuenge, emphasized that the monitoring is looking at mismanagement of Emyuga money, as we hear in this story.
Government released Emyuga funds to enable low-income earners change their livelihoods, but some SACCO leaders have misused it. The State House Emyuga Monitoring Unit is monitoring Emyuga performance. In Rukidi region in Ikiki constituency, the Fishermen SACCO, which received 15 million, is doing well, and the chairperson applauds government for the support.
We thank the government for investing a seed capital into the fishermen. We are excited.
However, when the monitoring unit visited fish ponds, members of the SACCO pinned the chairperson for taking all powers that forced other members to quit.
You give me some money to come and distribute to people, I will first apportion it.
The unit team leader directed chairperson to produce accountability of the SACCO, which he failed and was detained at Budaka Central Police Station. In Chibuku district, the committee found Women's SACCO has no offices but operating at someone's home, and members borrow money but do not want to pay back.
Of them are not well versed or well educated with this program, as in how to return this money.
The committee was directed at a funeral where some members who took money and failed to pay back were attending and arrested. Locals also supported the committee's decision to deal with persons who misuse government funds. Suspects were arrested and detained at Chibuku Police Station. Rukidi region Emyuga coordinator Musa Nyaribi explains the cause of poor performance of SACCOs in the region.
I think the SACCO leaders had not gotten what we had trained them to do as leaders in their respective SACCOs.
Those that received this money, some of them used it and the projects are there and they are visible.
but some others have failed to pay, actually for a period of up to 2 years.
The national coordinator of Emyoga, Rita Namuwenge, condemned some leaders who also misuse Emyoga funds.
Whoever is there and obtained money by false pretense from these Emyoga people in the name of very influential people, we shall come for you. Emyoga must work, and all people who have a hand in defrauding or stealing it are going to be put to book.
The unit is still touring regions to assess the performance of Emyoga funds. I'm Navka Farida and Andrew Sebira.
Now, in recent weeks, Uganda and Kenya trade relations were on the spotlight after the government of Kenya banned dairy products from Uganda. About a week after the announcement, Kenya rescinded through a directive issued on Twitter. Now, UBC talked to business community on what should be the immediate course of action in case of export bans.
In the recent years, Uganda has been on the receiving end on ban on its exports to regional market.
Today we are in a shortfall, so there is aflatoxin in the maize of Uganda. There is no maize, then Uganda has no aflatoxin in the maize. What is this double standards?
Uganda's main exports to the region are mainly agricultural products like maize, maize flour, poultry products and dairy products, among others. Uganda is Kenya's biggest trade partner in the region, hitting a mark of 231 billion shillings by November last year, up from 173 billion shillings in October 2022. The alleged ban of Uganda's milk products angered the private sector players.
Our first reaction, of course, was that an arbitrary ban on a product, in our view, was unfair, and it breaks the rules of regional cooperation.
Kampala City Traders Association wants the principle of reciprocity applied.
You block my product, I block yours. It is international business and it is international language. Uganda is always chickening away. Somebody does bad, somebody spoiled our things, they didn't pay us since 2008, we are demanding them a lot of money and we are keeping quiet. At the end of the day, something small happens on Kenya and we go to board to them to open up.
But the Uganda Private Sector Foundation supports diplomatic channels to address trade impasses.
We believe in collective responsibility, regional cooperation, harmonization of business and trade laws, and therefore the spirit of cooperation is something we encourage as much as we can. We are members of the East African Business Council, and that ethos and spirit is what we espouse as much as we can.
Although Uganda is landlocked, its importance in regional business cannot be underestimated. Dennis Igor for UBC Business.
Jerry con. Jerry con. Hey, Master Blaster. Touch him, man. Bang Jerry con with muscle. Those ones who say go is for you only. Mundava. Best group is I teach you. But never come up with the squad. Because of the cover is very far. Is you serious? Is serious you? What? Yeah? You step it on it. Add kilometers to your legs. And you get your sugar. We buy meat from Umaru. And Umaru refused to give you enough meat. Mama! Show him that they don't joke with you. Umaru,
okukakaluka n'okulungi kwetaagako omuntu akuyambako n'olwekyo tujja kukuteerawo embeera esaanidde osobole okukola ekisinga awamu teri kitulema.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at the latest in sports. And the Uganda Cranes will this Friday play Tanzania in a 2023 Africa Cup of Nations Group F tie. It's a home game for Uganda, but played in Egypt because of lack of standard facilities here in the country. John Burns Sentamu reports.
The Uganda Cranes will for the first time in recent times be playing a home game away in Egypt.
This was an instruction that came in from CAF to say we cannot host from Uganda. We had to look for an alternative where the stadia within those countries have been approved to the standard of hosting a match that is categorized under classification A.
The team is in fact already settled in ahead of the Group F 2023 Africa Cup of Nations tie against Tanzania to be played in Ismailia.
There are about 3 parameters that FIFA considered. One was the technical. We are having players who are coming all over the world on the squad that needed a place where it could be very convenient to stage, camp within the few days that we have, and pull out a good, training and result.
They will miss the fans, but to ensure the boys aren't homesick, sponsors MTN Uganda has put aside a winning bonuses and reward for man of the match, plus 5 million shillings for miscellaneous.
Incentive is on winning, okay, and winning only. Okay, the incentive is 1.5 million to 15 players and 2 million for the man of the match. The man of the match can only be possible, it has to be a cranes, okay. It is on the voting, okay, so it's basically the spectator's choice, okay. So this is what we have agreed with FIFA. I know there are many more players, okay. This is, as I said, this is just a warm-up, okay, and we are starting from somewhere, okay. We will be here in this game for at least the next 5 years, okay, for which we have now partnered with FIFA. Of course, we would want to continue even further. Okay, so this is just the beginning.
Ugandans will also get a chance to view the game this Friday on giant screens at central locations, especially around Kampala.
We are going to actually host and hold live streaming of the matches in the old taxi park. So my request to every Ugandan, come and join us on 24th, okay, at the old taxi park, and let us come with all your whistles, come with your vuvuzelas, come all decked up in the jerseys of the Uganda Cranes, and let us watch, okay, the match with Tanzania together.
Bottom-placed Uganda and Tanzania are in Group F alongside table toppers Algeria that play Niger this Thursday. After this clash in Egypt, the two teams will face off again in 4 days in Tanzania. The top 2 teams are from each of the 12 groups will earn a berth at the belated 2023 Africa Cup of Nations to be hosted by Ivory Coast next January. John Barnes, Sentamu, UBC News.
To cricket now, and Uganda's men cricket team raced to their second tour win against hosts Qatar as Kenneth Waiswa struck an unbeaten 101 runs in their third match. The Cranes started off the tour with a loss to Qatar by 10 runs in the opening of the outdoor international match, but came back strong in the second and third matches, winning each by 138 runs. Now, this is first Cranes OD tour since July last year, and they are using it to access their standings as they prepare for qualifiers later this year.
The Uganda men's cricket team registered a second win against host Qatar in their 4-match ODI tour. The visitors, who suffered a 10-runs loss in their opening game, bounced back on Saturday and Sunday, defeating the hosts by 138 runs in both games. In their second game, it was the team's bowling that won the game, limiting Qatar to 98 runs all out in 31.5 overs. Kenneth Waiswa and Henry Senyondo picked up 3 and 2 wickets, respectively. In the batting, it was Cyrus Kakuru, Brian Masaba and Kenneth Waiswa with 60, 39 and 39 runs, respectively. The game ended 236 runs and 8 wickets for Uganda and 98 runs all out for Qatar. The third game was no different as Uganda took the bull by the horns, posting 292 runs for 6 in their innings and limiting the Qatar team to 154 runs all out in 31 overs. Kenneth Waiswa was the man of the match with 101 runs as spinner Henry Senyondo collected 3 wickets and Frank Nsubuga 2 wickets. Roger Mukasa and Simon Sesazi contributed 57 and 45 runs individually.
Yes, coming back from our first loss, we knew that the only way we could bounce back was to bowl well, and that's exactly what the boys did today. Credit to the bowlers who came up and put up their hands. They did well with the ball. Kenneth Waiswa, Chikosmas Chota, Henry Senyondo who bowled so well, and that was the reason why we picked up the win today.
I'm very happy with the win. Happy to level the series. I thought today we played much better than we did the other day. The intensity was better. Of course, we didn't start too well with the bat, but our late order came to the party. Very happy for Cyrus Kakuru scoring 50. I thought we had a good partnership that got us back into the game. And obviously we felt anything above 240 was par on this pitch. So really happy with the win. Again, we come out here to compete, and we are hoping to get the processes right. So it's important for us to continue going out there and bringing the intensity. The plan stays the same for tomorrow. We'll obviously look to rest up tonight and get our energies up for tomorrow and look to go out there and execute again.
The Cricket Cranes now have a 2-1 lead in their 4-match ODI series, and the team returns in action tomorrow, Tuesday, March 21st at the Doha University of Science and Technology for their final match. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
Basketball now, and the 2023 National Basketball League has finally started with action at the Epton Arena, Lugogo. 5 games opened the season with reigning and record winners City Oilers outclassing Kampala International University Titans 79-51 in a lopsided affair. For the City Oilers, that did not need much effort against another title contender. New signings Fayed Bale, Titus Luwal and Michael Ngut were impressive. In a repeat of last season's women's final, JKL Lady Dolphins avenged the title loss to Uganda Christian University with a 67-51 victory. In other games, former winners D. Mark Power needed resilience for an 83-81 defeat of Res Life Saints. Ndeje Angels is off to a flying start after edging KCCA Panthers 71-69, while Magic Stormers shut down Miracle Ravens 64-56. Action returns on Wednesday with 2 games highlighted by Ndeje Angels against Uganda Christian University Cannons at Lugogo. And finally, the much-anticipated Bat Ball Open Central Edition came to a close on Sunday evening with the Akasumagizi emerging winners after a clean sweep of all games on day 2. The 2-day tournament was played at the Lakeside Oval in Entebbe between the 18th to the 19th of March 2023 with 4 teams: Nadibanga, Akasumagizi, Kalori and Ensega taking part in 10 overs, a side format of play.
Akasumagizi began their tournament campaign with 3 group game defeats on Saturday, but managed to regroup to put up a good show on Sunday, especially in their final game against Kaloli, winning by 25 runs to claim the Central Region title. Of course, Kaloli came in second, followed by Nadibanga, and in last place was Ensanga. This was during the Bat Ball Open Central Edition that was played on the 18th and the 19th of March 2023 at the Lakeside Oval in Entebbe. Outstanding players in the competition were Christopher Kidega as the best batter, Balidawa Ali as the best bowler, Bosco Akena as the best fielder, Abdallah Shaku as the best wicketkeeper, and Jaffa Ochayo as the most valued player. The Bat Ball Open Central Region was the 4th after the East, the Nile and the North regions, and like the other regions, the tournament had a social impact cause of fighting against HIV and AIDS, was highlighted throughout the weekend with sensitization campaigns on and off the pitch. The best 16 Bat Ball Open Central Edition players will now join the respective best players from the other regions to represent their regions in the inter-regional tournament Bat Ball X that will be played later this year. The organizers' focus will now shift to the last regional tournament that will be held in Western Uganda next month. Grace Joyce.
We've almost come to the end of this bulletin, but before we leave you, let's have a quick reminder of our top stories. Stories tonight. Police advises the public on court judgment against the Public Order Management Act. Lands and Housing Minister Judith Nabakoba intervenes in Kansanga and Chibiri land wrangles. FDC opposes decision of Bank of Uganda Deputy Governor's signature on currency notes. And in sports, Uganda's men cricket team rests to their second tour win against the hosts, Qatar. And that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for having kept us company. Our second and final edition of News Tonight will come your way at 10 p.m. Elizabeth Nakakuni has been on sign language, and I'm Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma wishing you a good night. For those of you who can